Hey gang, how y'all doing? It is March 5th, 2019, and we are just 500 days away from the Olympic Summer Games in Tokyo, Japan. I can hardly wait. I don't know about you. I'm sorry it's been over 200 days since I posted last. And there's a number of reasons, one of which is I don't work over at where I was working most recently, and I couldn't be happier. I'm in a way better place. People appreciate me. Things are just going dandy. So this is Juan. That was one of the mascots from the 2008 Beijing Olympic Summer Games in China. And he was just one of 5 mascots. And there they are. But this video is not really going to be about them. I want to talk about a few things. I talked about the date and how long it's been since I posted last. And in that time, I mean, a lot of things have happened. There's been a lot of politics and stuff, and things that maybe I can relate to. I should keep separated. I'm on Twitter, and I keep my politics to Twitter and try to keep my Olympic stuff to olympiclinic. But I got to show some stuff. Talking about calendars. Everybody doesn't know if they keep track of their calendars. I've got calendars for I don't know how many years going back. You know, years and years. There's tons of calendars. And I got even more calendars here from other years. Okay, I got those calendars. I got calendars here. This is a calendar when I was selling insurance. All the green boxes were when I sold insurance. This was prior to 9/11, obviously. And I kicked butt back then. This month, not so much. Here are some planners they tried to give me. They're at the companies I work for, Prudential and MetLife and such. But then I kind of dug up some of my old calendars, you know, see if they can be used against me. Let's take a peek. Here's a calendar from 1980-81, Charger pictures and stuff. But I was looking through it and stuff I did. I mean, let's look here at December 1981. I'm only 19 years old. And I went to the Rolling Stones that month. This month I went to REO Speedwagon, the Kinks. Where am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to the problem month. But here we go. April, you know, doctor's appointments, more rock and roll. Oh, here we go. Party. I put down here party New Year's Eve. I saw the Rolling Stones again. It looks like, hey, Doug's birthday. Doug Skiles. Shout out to Doug. These were the Bears results. I mean, not the Bears, the Chargers. I was a Charger fan. But I partied before I was 21 years old. I was breaking the law, so, you know, that could probably be held against me. I actually got my yearbooks from high school. Oh, boy, that dates me. And if you look, you know, a lot of times we would just try to get anybody to sign our yearbooks, you know, just to get them filled up with signatures. And if you read some of this stuff, it'd probably be able to be held against me. But one of the guys we'd get to sign our books was Jerry Mahoney. And look at the drawing of the surfer there. That's kind of neat. Everybody would try to get Jerry Mahoney to sign their yearbook. And everybody probably just wanted to be the person to sign in the balloon. See that balloon there? And that's Mike Reitman. He signed there. Don't read that because that could be held against me. Okay. So we're talking about rock and roll, right? From 1977 to 1987, I saw more rock and roll concerts than most people see in a lifetime. And I'm getting goosepimples just thinking about it. So I thought I'd share with you some of it. Back in the day, I used to collect, keep my ticket stubs. And I used to collect guitar picks. I have a whole other video of my guitar picks and drumsticks and stuff. But this is the wildest week in my rock and roll history. Starting on March 31st, 1979... Okay, I saw the Tubes and Elton Duck, whoever that was. And it says 3rd and B Street. So that was in San Diego, probably the Civic Center, 3rd and B Street. April 1st, April 2nd, I saw a UFO. And I had backstage pass to UFO. Then on April 3rd, I saw Jethro Tull, San Diego Sports Arena. Okay. Then on April 7th and 8th, and this pissed off my mom, because this was her birthday, April 7th, and I went to the California World Music Festival. Okay? And that was a 2-day festival at the Olympic Stadium in Los Angeles, where Ted Nugent, Van Halen, UFO, REO Speedwagon, Mother's Finest, Toto, Boomtown Rats, Eddie Money, Cheap Trick, Aerosmith, UFO, REO Speedwagon, Mother's Finest, Toto, Boomtown Rats, and Eddie Money again. At that concert, we stayed with one of these ticket scalper friends of my brother's. Gosh, I remember. Wish his name would come up to me. He was the first gay person I ever met. Like, it makes a difference, but he was. And this was in the 70s when it was kind of weird, you know. But anyways, we all stayed in a hotel in Hollywood, I believe it was. And Eddie Money visited us in the hotel. I can't tell you, other people were there, and shit happened. I woke up the next day folded up inside the sofa, inside that hotel room. Luckily, I could have died in there. But anyways, the very day I got back from that concert, we saw Alice Cooper at the San Diego Sports Arena with the babies. And then 2 days later, I don't have the ticket, but this is my backstage pass to Supertramp. That was at the San Diego Sports Arena. And then on 2 days after that, Jan Hammer Band and special guests. But then other, bands came and went, and I mean, tons of them. Tons of tickets, tons of backstage passes. I used to go to like 3 shows a week. And I only, in that time, I only saw 2 Olympic Games. But now, things are different. All right, that's the calendar. That's rock and roll. Probably the main topic I want to talk about, most important and most controversial today, is transgender athletes. Everybody's got an opinion on this, and I don't think men should compete against women. Track and field's one thing, where they're beating them because they got longer legs, bigger bodies, stronger bones, tighter muscles, and all that kind of stuff, and the DNA and testosterone and all that other stuff. But, I mean, there's boxing matches and wrestling matches where they have transgender athletes, men who are beating up women and wrestling and like beating up women and abusing them, and it's just not cool. I don't know what to tell you. I heard that the IOC is kind of sketchy on what they're doing. We're allowing transgender athletes up to a certain amount of testosterone in their blood. I was researching it and I couldn't find all the details, and it really disturbs me. And I actually posted on Twitter that if the Olympics were going to allow transgender athletes to compete, that I wasn't going to go. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, I'm sorry I got the controversial subject, and I hope I didn't upset anybody too bad. Opening it up to discussion. All right, let's talk about another thing that is controversial, and it's Facebook, okay? Recently, I've gone on my own personal Facebook page and deleted at least, I'm checking the time on this video, we're good. I've deleted at least, 99% of my posts and videos that I posted on my page. Comments I put on other people's comments and posts are endless. I'm probably never able to get all that off. But I'm going to remove my pictures. I took all my likes off what I liked. And if I start unfriending people, it's only because I want to try to get off of Facebook as a personal page, or just leave one page up and say no info, just with my name and no info. And then try to take Olympic Clinic down off of Facebook. I've actually moved all my posts and information off of Olympic Clinic on Facebook into a PowerPoint presentation. So if I lose Olympic Clinic when I take Robert Gallarat down, if I do that, I still have that information. It's actually 113 PowerPoint pages with 3 to 4 posts on each without any photos. Just links and comments of what photos were previously attached. And I could probably write a book with that. Let's see. All right, so, I may get off Facebook. I'm going to keep the YouTube channel because I like the way YouTube does things. It's your videos are there and they're laid out, and they don't tell you who to like. Facebook tells you they suggest who to like. They put all these ads on there, in your feed to distract you and try to sell you stuff because they're monitoring everything else in your life. I mean, I actually was watching, this happened on YouTube actually, I think. I was watching a YouTube video and it posted an ad for mountain climbing in Japan. And who would post an ad about mountain climbing in Japan except for me, because I'm going to climb Mount Fuji, God willing, next summer. Oh my Lord, I can't believe it. So, Anyway, so that's Facebook. I'm going to try to get off there. I may get an Instagram or an Instagram account, one where you could just post photographs. I think that's the one I want. I thought there may be another Instagram and another one where you could just Pinterest. So I don't know the difference between Instagram and Pinterest. Maybe somebody could help me. All right. One of my last topics here is Youth Olympic Games and World Championships and all these other Olympic Games that they have. I think they kind of take away from the Olympic Games. Even the Youth Olympic Games that were most recently held in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I posted some links. The opening ceremony was pretty spectacular and everything. But, I mean, the youth should try to participate in World Championships. I mean, Lindsey Vonn just retired in the World Championships of alpine skiing. I don't think that's held every single year, the World Championships. I know they have competitions. But anyways, Lindsey Vonn, shout out to you. I think you're one of the greatest athletes of all time. In my book, it's not about always citrus, altrius, and fortrius. There should be a term for testosterone, it should be citrus, altrius, fortrius, testosterone. Even though she's a woman, I'm seeing balls. Being a downhill skier takes guts. It takes guts. That's a pretty sexist statement. But it takes guts, and maybe some people say balls, whatever you want to say, to ski down a mountain at 80 miles an hour. It's nice to do that on a nice day. But to be a ski pro, ski champion, a world championship, and like the annual world FIS championship for the season, you got to ski on bad days. When I want to just relax with my friends and do other things, maybe go snowmobiling, who knows what. They ski on bad days, good days, if they're hurting or not hurting. She has gone through so many injuries, it's ridiculous. So, God bless Lindsey Vonn. I wish you the best with your future career. And I'm telling you here, she's going to be like an Olympic skiing commentator probably for the rest of her life. You're going to see her on like ABC. Hopefully ABC will lose their domination and monopoly of NBC, of dominating the broadcasting of the Olympic sports. NBC's just been doing it way too long. And as you know, my mother worked for NBC News back in the 70s. And so I should like NBC News. But if you don't keep changing, broadcast networks, you don't get new innovation on way to broadcast. And one of the things that they did when I was in Pyeongchang, I was watching the Korean broadcast of the Olympic Winter Games. And when the figure skaters were doing their performances, and the bottom of the screen, it would show icons of the different maneuvers, like a double sow cow and a flip and a toe loop or whatever, and all those different jumps that were required measures. And you have like 8 icons, and as they completed them, those icons would just disappear off the screen. And lately, I've seen videos on domestic, national United States figure skating where in the upper corner, like on sports events, they'll have like little red and yellow dots showing which events which have been completed, which required elements of their performance have been completed up top. But they're just words. In the Korean Olympics, they actually had like icons, like little figures of people, doing a twist or a sow cow or a toe loop, in the little icons as they disappeared. So that was kind of neat. Okay, I think I got to everything I wanted to talk to. Last thing I wanted to talk about today is they need to bring back the tug-of-war to the Olympic Games. The tug-of-war last was in the Olympic Games in 1920 in Antwerp, Belgium. And it was won by the United Kingdom. And the United Kingdom and the United States had won the tug-of-war a bunch of times in a row. And they said that, from the research I found, that they discontinued tug-of-war because of the controversy. They didn't say what the controversy was, but who knows what it was. I read somewhere that they said it wasn't like up to an Olympic athlete. It wasn't like the tug-of-war was a sport beneath the level of Olympic athletes. Like somehow an Olympic athlete's too good to be doing tug-of-war. But, I mean, I think tug-of-war is a great sport. All right. I think that about covers everything I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry again I haven't posted in a while. I wish everybody the best and can't wait for summer to come. Take care.